It don't happen again, no, my Biafran people. Chai, Biafrans to the world, Igbos to the world. You go to South Africans today, a South African woman will tell you that if you don't know how to speak Igbo, go and learn Igbo. You go to China, they will ask you, if you don't know how to speak Igbo language, go and learn it. Anywhere you go in the world, Igbos, and also they are the Biafrans that is making things to happen. Make una hear this headline, a brief one for that matter, what Biafrans are doing to the world and how it is very, very important to recognize them wherever they are, because they are bundles of blessings to the nation anywhere they find themselves. Tell me the reason why Nigerian government has refused Biafrans to go. Any day Biafran is deep from Nigeria, that will be the collapse of Nigeria. No matter, even if they like, let them have all the whole oils in this life. That will be the day the Nigerian government or the Nigerian as a country will collapse. And that is why the Westerners have already relied on Nigeria and telling them not to allow Biafrans to go. Make when I hear this headline, Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu said he don't meet that first Igbo man. First Igbo man and the first Nigerian to have both FIFA master and UEFA certificate in football management. No one have ever done it in Nigeria. Not even the so-called Amado Picnic and the rest of them, who have been heading the NFF without nothing to show for in their own localities. But look at it. Have you ever announced any Igbo man as a NFF chairman in Nigeria or Minister of Sports? Never. Not at all. Not in this life. Imagine having a Minister of Navy General. What did they call her? How do they call this thing for Navy? This Emmanuel Ogala that comes from Enugu State. Is this the first time that the Igbo man will hold that office for the past 30 good years? For you to see the kind of marginalization the Igbos are facing in this so-called contraption of a country called Nigeria. Kudos to you, my brother. Biafran to the world and Igbo to the world. My dear wonderful people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. My name never change, I still remain Amandia Neze. That's your broadcaster. We get better swaggo and your media man will be different. I bring news to your doorsteps. The only thing I need from you, not your money, not everything, just share the message, let others get to know about the Okute Daily Talk. And let there be a lot of traffic at this very channel. If I have offended you in any of my broadcasts, or I call the names of the people you love so much, please forgive me. We are just like Idek Azu the name mini. As Azu, any day way Azu, don't go like mini, that means that Azu is dead. So anyone who can mad, we cannot go like Gonjo. You get the point now? And we keep on sinning now. If you keep on asking for forgiveness. So any of you who have never sinned or say anything against anybody, then be the first to cast stone on Okute Daily Talk. If you are ever sinning on daily basis and you keep on saying things against your own fellow human being on daily basis and being forgiven, and you will come to my comment section and think that because you know how to type and you keep on abusing me, abusing my generation and other things, then you could do a so that is why most of the comments I will reply, and so be with you. You understand me? Because when you one finger you pointing at, you are using your one finger to point at somebody. Remember that the remaining other fours it face you. So all of us are guilty of the same offense. So do not criticize me and say that either I hate somebody, I did not hate somebody. My dear, I can criticize anybody I like. I have my mouth. You get the point now? After all, people know the people they criticize Turumbu. I be know people they criticize Buhari. I be Simon Ekpa know they criticize people. No be him they call people mumu. How many people don't kill him? Or if he say no, listen to me, nobody get a monopoly of violence. So that everybody sometimes only wanna be a code when they go money for you. Just that is Kabaram Suboso. Day your lane, make I day my lane. If you watch me this, if you don't feel to comment, no problem. But stop abusing me. Because you cannot tell me you that are abusing somebody simply because I say against somebody. I have never said against anybody. Just like the case of Jesus Christ and the one I got. He told them that any of you that have not committed that thing, accusing of that woman, be the first to cast stone. The whole congregation where one stone that woman to death, all of them dispersed. That's exactly the point. That's I'm trying to make here. You are very, 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 very easy, very, very simple, very, very fast to criticize me or to nail me on the cross. But in that your hood, you have become the gossip machine, saying other things against other people, and nobody criticizes you or nail you to the cross. Dara and dara. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here, because I have no time for this. Let us take the headlines so that you know what to expect on this very broadcast. At least it will enable you to watch the news from beginning to the end. Femi Falana led coalition rejects planned military intervention. This one he they talk about as Tumbo and the rest of other ECOWAS country. ECOWAS head of state, they gather today in Abuja to strategize on how they want to hit ECOWAS. And I keep on asking this question: the coup that happened in what they call it in Niger is by gun. Then the coup that happened in Nigeria on the 1st of March by 4 a.m. is by pen. INEC do what they call a coup against the peoples, against the masses in the Nigeria, against who they have chosen to lead them. And you are very, 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 very fast to condemn people that because they do coup by gun, while your own you did it by announcing somebody that even though most of the African countries have considered it as illegitimate president, and you are trying to impose sanctions on them. If they have to impose sanctions, that sanctions have to start from this so-called Nigerian country that never have respect for the rule of law, never respect court orders, never respect democracy. Look at what is happening at the National Assembly. God just used Akpabio to open their mouth what they have been doing behind closed doors. You can imagine Sheikh Hussaini coming out and tell me that this thing, tell us that this thing happens all the time. It happens almost all the whole Senate, they do it. But God not to use Akpabio, God will just mistakenly tweeted his tongue and made mention of it at the assembly, whereby they are the one that telling the masses to tighten their seatbelt, and you are sending them tokens. And that tokens, I can categorically tell you that it is ranging from 100 million naira to up as tokens for them to go to what they call it, for them to go to enjoy their holidays. Whereby the people that voted them in, people that they are there for to serve, have become, they use them to play kalokalo, use them to play bet, tell them to tighten their seatbelt while they are busy cruising on 1 million vehicles convoy. Stop imposing sanctions on Niger. Sultan's Islamic Council tells ECOWAS community. Government officials must use vehicles assembled in Nigeria, according to Ireti King Ibe. Akpabio source exposes how much token was sent to the senators for holiday and where it came from. Who asked you where it came from? We know it came from the ports of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So why all this covering up? First of all, they tell him to take it back. And he said, prayers will be sent to you, to your email. Prayers my food. Prayers my food. And that prayer, now go buy all of you for that National Assembly. Can you see how Washington is handling the coup in Niger? According to Daniel Bwala, he sent messages to ECOWAS. Anyway, my wonderful people, please, tighten your seatbelt. We are about to take off now. BIAFRA to the world, anywhere where they share this message. Let each and every one of us know that Biafrans is making impact globally. Whether the Nigerian government like it or not, we don't care. The Enugu State Governor, Dr. Peter Mbah, on Wednesday met with the Amobi Ezako, who presented his FIFA master and the UEFA certificate in football management to the governor. According to Mbah, Ezako is the first Igbo person to have both the FIFA master and the UEFA certificate in football management. Governor Peter Mbah, who shared the details of his visit in a post on his Twitter account on Thursday, expressed how proud he was of Ezako's achievements. He wrote, "I was pleased to receive a great son of Enugu, Amobi Ezako, yesterday at the Lion Building. He visited to present his FIFA master and the UEFA certificate in football management to me. Ezako is the first Igbo person to have both. He has done very well and we could be more proud of him." The photos is as well out there, so you can as well log on to www.nigerianews.com. You can as well see the photos and also other information you need to know about this. According to our senator from the Federal Capital Territory, Igbo, she said, and I quote, that government officials must, this one is not under probability, must use vehicles assembled in Nigeria, because I never go anywhere and see where a China is using a vehicle that is made in Nigeria. Even China traveling in other countries, they must buy Chinese products, cars, and even the cigarette they smoke, they have to import made in Chinese cigarette to smoke. But in Nigeria, Nigeria is the only country that is afraid to use their own product, but they use other countries' product, even if that product is being manufactured at the backyard, low quality, but simply because it is imported, everybody will be jumping on it. Iberibe or warrior. The senator representing the Federal Capital Territory, Igbo, has said government officials to be mandated to use only vehicles assembled in Nigeria. The lawmaker admitted that if she is allowed to make any change, she will insist government officials use Nigerian assembled vehicles. Speaking about the high cost of governance in the country, Nigeria News gathered that the lawmaker, while featuring on channel television on politics today on Wednesday, argued that we cannot continue like this, and that is the simple truth. King Mbah, who said she rides a 1986 car, explained that certain commodities such as tin tomatoes should not be imported again in Nigeria. We have the power, we have resources to do all these things, but we keep on depending on international communities, not knowing fully well where all these things are being manufactured. That is how Chinese are manufacturing plastic rice and sending it to Nigeria, whereby we have vast of land that can get a quantity of rice that can feed the nations and also exported. But due to insecurity, due to corruption, due to government negligence, they cannot be able to do it. I wait for this country. Falana led coalition reject planned military intervention in Niger Republic. Alliance on surviving the COVID-19. The Alliance on surviving the COVID-19 and beyond has rejected the proposed military intervention in Niger Republic by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. In a statement on Wednesday, the coalition led its chairperson and human rights lawyer, Femi Falana, asked ECOWAS to consider imposing more sanctions on the Niger coup leaders. The coalition said it is important for the regional body to focus on the causes of the coup, which has become a pattern in West Africa, and arrest the ugly development. The statement reads, since the call for a diplomatic initiative by the security chiefs reflects the wishes of the people of the West Africa, the authority of the heads of state and government should jettison the military option and impose more sanctions with a view to isolating the military junta in Niger Republic. Until about 3 years ago, all the member states of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, were led by the democratically elected governments. But since some ECOWAS leaders decided to extend their tenure, there had been about 9 successful and unsuccessful coups in Africa. Yes, so you elect somebody simply because you have the power, you use that same power to change the constitution so that it will suit their own narratives. In a view of the meeting of the authority of the heads of states and government, the higher decision-making organ of the ECOWAS scheduled to hold in Abuja today, August 10, 2023, being Thursday, it is pertinent to draw attention to the main causes of the unconstitutional change of government and how to arrest the ugly development. ASCAP said the immediate cause of unconstitutional change of government is the manipulations of constitutions and referenda by elected government to extend the tenure of presidents. The group noted that ECOWAS attempted to restrict West African presidents to 2 terms in office, but has been opposed by leaders of countries who are scheming to extend their tenure. No, na their birthright now. Nobody want to go. It added that the new chairman of the ECOWAS, Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria, should ensure that the amendment is passed forthwith, while sanctions are imposed on democratically elected presidents who engage in amendment of the national constitutions to extend their tenure beyond 2 terms. Stop imposing sanctions on Niger, Sultan's Islamic Council tells ECOWAS. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs has warned the Economic Community of West African States against the imposition of sanctions on the Niger Republic. Recall that the ECOWAS had on Tuesday resolved to impose financial sanctions on individuals and entities believed to be supporting the military junta in the West African country. The sanctions are the latest in the list of strict measures that ECOWAS, chaired by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has imposed to coerce the military junta in Niger to reinstate deposed President Mahamadou Bazoum. In a statement on Wednesday issued by his Deputy Secretary General Salisu Shehu, the NSCIA said the sanctions on the neighboring country are counterproductive and may eventually end in futility. The NSCIA, led by the Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Abubakar, advised ECOWAS to engage in dialogue, adding that the plan to use military to force to dislodge the military leaders will not to benefit anyone or the country. The NSCIA also stated its opposition. The Islamic Council acknowledged that the coup leaders were defiant in their stance but called for dialogue in dealing with them. Nigerians recall that the Sultan of Sokoto had been part of an ECOWAS delegation to Niger Republic, led by the former military head of state, Abubakar Abdul Salami, to negotiate with the country's military junta, but it means a deadlock. However, the meeting was unproductive as the junta declined entreaties by the delegation sent by Tinubu. Akpabio source exposes how much token was sent to senators for holiday, where it came from. Rubbish. Source in the National Assembly have exposed how much token was sent to each senator for them to enjoy their holiday, while the people they are leading are dying in hunger. Fuel increment. Look at the exchange of dollar today to naira. A dollar to naira now is 920 naira per dollar, and very soon it will be 1 to 1. $1 to equals to 1,000 naira, and they are busy sharing tokens at the National Assembly. Shame to all these lawmakers that don't have a single shame. I wonder what their generation will be, because the courses that is going out from the Nigerians' mouth on daily basis will never make their children amount to anything, and I can tell you categorically clear. The Nigerians report that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, made news headlines on Wednesday after he mistakenly exposed on live television lawmakers will be getting a takeaway for their recesses. Akpabio revealed that a token had been sent to the lawmakers to enjoy their holiday, a comment that raised eyebrows at the Senate plenary. Recall that the Red Chamber on Monday concluded the screening of confirmation of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's ministerial nominees and thereafter adjourned the plenary to September 26. That is when they will resume office. Addressing his colleagues before the adjournment motion was moved, Akpabio said a token, what many interpreted to mean money, had been sent by the clerk of the National Assembly, Magaji Tambuwa, to the senators to enjoy their weekends. What is token? Are they sending a letter to bank accounts? Token is money, and it ranges in millions of naira. However, the Senate President was quickly informed by some principal officers that he was on live television and speaking before reporters. Upon realizing his mistake, Akpabio swiftly withdrew his statement and said prayers had been sent to their mailboxes to assist them in an ongoing safe journey and return. How much tokens each senator received to enjoy holiday? Source that reportedly spoke with Sahara reporters, however, alleged that 2 million naira was sent to each of the senators for their recesses. Nonsense. Nonsensical nonsense. No, we are talking to kids. The source further alleged that a ministerial nominee had given Akpabio 1 billion naira to share with the lawmakers. Senators upset with Akpabio. It was gathered that the senators of the 10th National Assembly are already upset that Senate President Akpabio exposed that they will be getting a token perceived as bribe money from the ministerial screening. A source in the Red Chamber said the aggrieved senators are unhappy about the ridicule because he forgot that it was a live TV. Now, God have catch all of you. We are waiting. Despite the fact that we won't do anything, but at least we can also air our view on what is happening. An embarrassment the former Akwa Ibom governors' unguided statements has brought to them. Sahara reporters quoted the source as saying that lawmakers described Akpabio's action as blackmail to ensure they receive the stick from their constituents for a paltry sum, while he had pocketed the bulk of the alleged bribe money paid to them. Oh, they paid money for them to pass all the screenings. You see You see it? Senators are upset with the Senate President Akpabio for exposing the bribe money they get for ministerial screening. A paltry 2 million naira was sent to each of them. They are angry that now Nigerians know how they are bribed to allow ministerial nominees to take a bow and go, the source said. The Senate President collected over 1 billion naira from the screening ministers and sent only 2 million naira to the account of each of the 109 senators, totaling 218 million, another source added. According to the source, Akpabio didn't disclose to the senators the source of the 2 million naira each sent to their accounts. But what he did, according to them, was to blackmail the senators on Monday night in an open live television cast that money had been sent to the accounts of senators for holidays. Then the following morning, senators received only 2 million naira each in their accounts, while the Senate President pocketed hundreds of millions of naira. What a shame and highest treachery and blackmail by the Senate President. Senators are getting ready for a battle with him because these have pitched senators against their constituents who never knew that they were given only 2 million naira each for the so-called allowance for holidays and vacations, the source alleged. Well, you have your right to say anything you like, but to me, I didn't believe this cock and bull story. Can you see how Washington is handling the coup in Niger? Daniel Buala sent message to ECOWAS. Daniel Buala is an heir to the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the just concluded general elections or selections, Atiku Abubakar. He has all the economic community of West African states to learn from Washington in the way it is dealing with the chaos in Niger Republic. Buala stated that Washington to date has refused to refer to the unrest in Niger Republic as a coup. Then what is Joe Biden doing? Buala, I ask you. Joe Biden that is planning to invade Niger, he said they don't refer it as coup. Okay, what did they reply it? Anyway, let me continue. The PDP stalwart opined that if Washington should admit that there is a coup going on in the embattled country, then it will have to stop military assistance, technical support, and diplomatic relations. Buala insisted that Washington's refusal to acknowledge the coup was because it wanted to explore all diplomatic measures in negotiating with the bandits. With the juntas. Speaking via Twitter, he wrote, "Interesting facts. Up till now, Washington has refused to declare what happened in Niger as a coup because it did. It will automatically stop the military assistance, technically support, and diplomatic relations. It says Washington refused to declare it a coup, so they can explore all diplomatic options. This is a lesson for a loud-mouthed ECOWAS," according to Daniel Buala. Ecuador presidential candidate they don't buy the man after he finished in rally in Ecuador. What a tragedy. What a tragedy. Opposition. Politics is really a dirty game in anywhere in the country. In a shocking event on Wednesday evening, Ecuadorian presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio was assassinated or died after a campaign rally in Quito, that is the capital of Ecuador. President Guillermo Lasso quickly took to Twitter to express his horror and pointed the finger at organized crime for Villavicencio's death. "You are the one that did this." Outraged and shocked by the assassination of presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio, for his memory and his fight, I assure you that this crime will not go unpunished, Lasso wrote. The 59-year-old centrist candidate preparing for the first round of the presidential election on August 20 was fatally shot as he exited a stadium in northern Quito. Leading publications, EI Universo described the client as being executed hitman style with 3 shots to the head. No security to protect him. Villavicencio had previously voiced concern over threats to his safety and that of his team. Responding to the crisis, President Lasso summoned senior security officials for a pressing discussion. Organized crime has gone too far, but the full weight of the law will be applied to them, he emphasized. Recently, polls positioned Valenciaso, a power journalist and parliamentarian, in second place, trailing lawyer Luisa Gonzalez, an ally of former left-leaning President Rafael Correa. Ecuador has recently grappled with rising violence attributed to the drug trafficking. This surge in crime has already claimed the lives of a mayor and another parliamentary candidate amidst the ongoing electoral processes. Earlier in the day, the president of the National Electoral Council, Diana Adamant, divulged that several council members had been threatened. Adamant was among those called for the emergency security meeting alongside other top officials. Concluding his post, President Lasso expressed his condolences to the bereaved family, saying, "My solidarity and my condolences with his wife and his daughters." Ganduje appoints Garoba as new chief of staff to APC, or be to him. The national chairman of the ruling All Poverty Congress APC, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje Omar, has appointed his long-time ally and former national president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Malam Mohammed Garoba, as his chief of staff. So chief of even a party chairman now they carry chief of staff. I never see anyone with the Abure no matter. Hey, voila. Najalo report that the announcement was made, known in a statement on Wednesday by the APC Director of Publicity, Bala Ibrahim. Garoba was a Kano State Commissioner for Information, Youth, Sports and Culture, and later as a Commissioner for Information and Internal Affairs from 2015 down to 2023 under the Governor Ganduje administration. He was a federal commissioner at the Physical Responsibility Commission from 2011 to 2014, member and convener of the Federal Government Subsidy and Reinvestment and Empowerment Committee between 2012 and 2015. Garoba was a two-time Nigerian Union of Journalists National President of West African Journalists Association, and was also elected as Casablanca, Morocco, as president of the Federation of African Journalists and a member of the Steering Committee International Federation of Journalists in Dublin, Ireland. He was press secretary to the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives in 1993 and to the Deputy Governor of Kano State from 1999 to 2003. Garoba, a holder of a bachelor's degree in History and Political Science and a master's in Development Studies from Bayero University in Kano, also holds a national diploma in journalism and mass communication from the International Institute of Journalism. He served as the spokesman of the Gawuna/Garo campaign organization in 2023. Akpabio knows that the region is our mumu button. Aisha Yusuf reacts to Senate's token clip. Akpabio don't collect woto. He don't collect woto. Popular Nigerian activist Aisha Yusuf reacted to a gaffe the Senate President Godswill Akpabio made during plenary. Nigerian news recalled that Akpabio, while addressing his colleagues before an adjournment motion was moved at the end of the Senate screening of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's ministerial nominees, mistakenly revealed that tokens had been sent to senators to enjoy their RSSs. A video clip showing Akpabio making the blunder had gone viral on social media. The clip, which surfaced on Wednesday, was greeted with viral backlash from Nigerians. Weighing in on the development, Yusuf stated that the Senate knows that religion is a tool that is highly effective in Nigeria. Hence, the reason for changing his words to prayers. Natruna. She berated the lawmakers for their lack of empathy towards the Nigerian people. Yusuf wondered how the government could be comfortable in sharing tokens while the Nigerian people are suffering. Really suffering, no. Better one. Speaking via a video on Twitter, Yusuf wrote, "Are you enjoying why they are enjoying? No, the people elected into office are there to serve you, not the other way around." Akpabio changed it to prayers, having been sent because The new religion is our mumu button. You can as well watch her video where she's making all this explanation to the general public. United States of America have warned Nigeria over Chinese loans influence. The United States have warned that China's lending practices could heighten Beijing's influence over Nigeria. This observation emerged from an integrated country strategist report produced by the U.S. Department of State, obtained by Punch, approved in April 2022 and later updated in June of 2023. The document underscored China's provision of subprime loans for Nigerian infrastructure endeavors. The Corporate Finance Institute defines such loans as higher interest credit extend to those ineligible for standard loans. The report highlighted China offers subprime financing for a range of infrastructural projects or infrastructural projects with the potential to add unnecessarily to Nigerian debt burden and increase Chinese influence over the Nigerian government. Not over, it have already taken over. Research by the platform indicates Nigeria's debt to China's Exim Bank stood at $4.34 billion as of March of 2023. Moreover, in January of 2022, it was reported that the Chinese Civil Engineering Construction Corporation managed Nigerian rail projects worth over $25.5 billion, as stated by the US-based Fetch Solution Study. The report also noted China's Civil Engineering Construction Corporation had dominated the railway construction sector in Nigeria, supported by Chinese financing. Key projects helmed by CCECC include the $11.10 billion Lagos Calabar Coastal Railway project and the planned $3.90 billion Abuja Itakpe Warri Rail Line project in collaboration with other firms. Furthermore, the federal government has frequently turned to Chinese lenders for infrastructure funding. As of September of 2021, 15 projects including 4 rail initiatives were backed by Chinese loans are revealed in a document by DMO. However, the US document didn't only spotlight concerns over Chinese financing but also critiqued Nigeria's political and economic landscape. It commented on the country's disjointed decision-making and self-interested political elites who often prioritize personal gains over national interest, according to the news. Well, my good people, now here we'll take back break. Anything I want to do, we're going to accept this one as I'll be back again with another blockbuster. Have a nice day. Like this message, comment, subscribe, and share it to your family and friends. It is very, very important and very, very necessary. Until hear my voice again, bye-bye for now, my wonderful people. Kemesiano.